Good evening, everybody. It's Zechariah from Running for Heroes. Sadly, tonight for our second and final mile, we're running for another fallen officer who have lost his life in the line of duty. Tonight, I'm running for fallen officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd. He worked with the Detroit Police Department in Michigan, and his end of watch was September 12th of 2022. He lost life after succumbing to complications of a gunshot wound that he received back on December 5th of 1998 after he attempted to stop a van wanted in connection with an abduction earlier in that day. His injuries required him to have 24-hour care ever since he had this incident happen to him. He was 57 years old at the time of his passing, serving 5 years of service with the Detroit Police Department. He was a U.S. Coast Guard veteran and leaves behind his son, sisters, and brothers. So now I'm running the blue line flag in his honor. I'll be doing 7 laps around the track of my school to the equivalent of a mile in his honor. I'll be joined tonight by many first responders, supporters, and my whole family joining us in a mile. Before the run starts, I'm going to do a quick prayer. Now remember his whole family and the hearts and Mary going through, and then I'll be on my way. For those that are tuning in tonight, Zechariah doing the second mile of the evening. This mile tonight in honor of fallen officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd. He worked with the Detroit Police Department in Michigan. His end of watch, September the 12th, 2022. Tragically, he lost his life after he succumbed to complications of a gunshot wound that he sustained back on December the 5th of 1998 when he attempted to stop a van wanted in connection with an abduction earlier in the day. Sadly, since the injury, he remained on 24-hour care until ultimately succumbing to that injury on the 12th of this month. He was 57 years old, serving 5 years with the Detroit Police Department, also served his country as a U.S. Coast Guard veteran, and he leaves behind a son, brothers, and sisters. Zechariah completing the first of 7 laps, which is 1 mile, to honor Officer Todd tonight. We always appreciate every local agency that continually comes out to help honor our fallen heroes alongside Zechariah. Tonight, helping to pay tribute to fallen officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd. We have members of our home county, the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. We also have here tonight some of our other runners, including Jaden and Juliana, joining Zechariah, as well as Zechariah's little sister, Chloe. Once again, we're here tonight to pay tribute to Officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd, who tragically on September the 12th of 2022, succumbed to gunshot injuries that he sustained back on December the 5th, 1998, as he was attempting to stop a van wanted in connection with an abduction earlier in the day. He was 57 years old at the time of his passing, served 5 years total with the Detroit Police Department prior to this incident. Also served his country as a U.S. Coast Guard veteran, and once again, sadly, he does leave behind a son, sisters, and brothers. Zechariah now completing lap number 2 of 7 tonight, which is 1 mile, to honor Officer Lloyd Mike Todd here tonight. For every mile Zechariah completes, he carries a unique flag. Each flag gets sent to the family of the hero that he runs to honor. Tonight, Zechariah carrying the blue line flag. This flag will begin to work its way to the family of fallen officer Lloyd Mike Todd, along with a note that Zechariah wrote earlier in the day. If you'd like details on how you can be a part of this mission, visit running4heroes.org. As Zechariah completes lap number 3 and starts lap number 4, we're going to go silent. I'm going to remain silent for the remainder of the run as we reflect on the life of this hero tonight, fallen officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd. We extend our thoughts and our prayers to his family, his son, his sisters, and brothers, as well as everybody with the Detroit Police Department who are not only mourning the loss of this hero, but who have stayed by his side as he fought since this incident happened back in 1998. It just shows you the resilience and strength of Officer Lloyd Mike Todd. And our hope and prayer is that this run honors him well and shows how much his service was appreciated and that his service will never be forgotten. Zachary, any final words tonight for the family of fallen officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd?
To the whole family of fallen officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd, his son, sisters, and brothers, and anybody else going through a hard time, we hope all of you heal very soon through the passing of your loved one. Officer Todd succumbed to injuries from 1998 during a shooting, and from every day that he was released from the hospital, since 1998, he had to undergo 24-hour care until succumbing to his injuries. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I know that if you're under 24-hour care, you obviously can't do stuff by yourself on some occasions, and I think that it's incredible that the people that helped him out, and Officer Todd's own body was able to fight for another 20-something years. I'm sure during that time he got to see lots of great accomplishments by his son or his siblings, and I'm sure all of his family and friends are very grateful of that. I'll never forget him though, even though he did lose his life still early than normal people would, because of a gunshot wound. And even though it was back in 1998, it still doesn't erase the point that gunfire is very, very sad. And if it wasn't for that gunfire on that night, it's possible Officer Todd would still be serving right now in his community. So our prayers are going to continue to stay with all of you who lost you are going through. You are part of the family of Officer Todd. I'll be sending his flying flag and I'm signing your hero's honor very soon, along with the handwritten note I've already written. That is ready to send down your hero's name. We hope one more time with everybody else here tonight, it can help you heal as quickly as possible. Volley tonight, like join us in a 21-second moment of silence. Each second can dedicate close to a year after the incident where he continued to fight for another year. Each second I'll dedicate maybe a life he saved or an accomplishment he made during his life. Following that will also be a prayer. So if all of you now please bow your head, join us in this 21 seconds. Please do at this time. Dear God, unfortunately here tonight, ran for a fallen first responder, Officer Lloyd, also known as Mike Todd, who succumbed to his injuries in 1998 due to a gunfire or to a gunshot wound. God, I pray you watch over his whole family and department. Even though it's been over 20 years since the incident, I know that I'm sure lots of family and friends never expected him to pass away at this moment. So I pray you watch over all of them through the loss they are going through. God, I also pray you watch over every first responder who continues every single day, like Officer Todd did, continuing to fight through injuries they received, no matter how long ago it was, because unfortunately it's still losing people's lives every single year. Thank you again, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you all for joining us these 2 miles tonight. We will not be running tomorrow, and we're going to be in Chicago this weekend for the Running for Your Heroes 5K. We'll be back doing regular miles on Monday. I believe we have 2 to do at this point. We hope all of you have a great and safe night, especially if you're a first responder working tonight, and I pray God blesses you all.